Yo, what is up? Having a nightmare over here. Hi, everybody. Apologize for the amount of time it's taking to get the show started today.
Akira the Don.
He's got.
Hey, welcome, wife. Wife is trying to help with technical support. The house is frozen from the outside, so we kind of live in this icebox. We don't kind of, we do. Living in an icebox and the internet's not all working. Anyway, welcome to the Meaningwave Live Super Request Show. That's where you get to request a song via the SUPERCHAT feature on YouTube. We're also broadcasting on Twitch, and we have not yet worked out how to take requests over there. So if you want to make a request, you'll need to do that on YouTube. Yes, you will. Jules Vaughan's just requested something, but I don't know what it is. It just says Keith Crafting has a request, but I can't see what that is because it's not attached to the message. And for some reason, there is huge interference. Maybe it's the curtain being open. Try closing the curtain, darling. Shout out to Wifey, who is helping. Myriad technicalities. Yeah, Wifey just fixed the internet. Make some noise! Wifey fixed the internet. The green screen is balked. I mean, the spaceship window. Let me fix that, and then we'll get the show on the road. Thank you, and congratulations to those of you locked in live who get to experience these technicalities in real time. Let's see if I can now fix this somehow. Background. How the hell am I going to do this? I'll put a song on while I try and fix this. That's what I'll do. So I don't have to keep going boom, 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 boom like a move. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. I should have started with that, really, shouldn't I? Since it's Valentine's Day.
I do remember making the public service announcement for the war. It was a plea for parents to allow their children to know that they would do everything they could to keep their children safe. Because that's what children would be concerned about. There was all of this stuff on television about people getting killed and, people in the direst of straits with visages that were tortured.
The magic of
and I understand
of broadcasting.
And I understand why that would need to be shown. But if children happen to see that, they could be frightened terribly. So, in fact, news programs are probably the most frightening programs for anybody.
Yeah.
Make
some noise for Wifey. Thank you, baby.
Parents to know was that invariably, when children see something like that, their first thought will be, what will happen to me? So, whether we could be absolutely sure of this fact or not, we need to say it. I will care of you.
When Fred Rogers says he'll take care of you, he doesn't mean he'll take care of you. He means he'll take care of you. Obviously.
Free social animal.
Whoa!
And even many animals who aren't social are embedded in a dominance hierarchy. The dominance hierarchy has a structure, but we couldn't call it a dominance hierarchy. Dominance hierarchy A, B, C, thousands of them across thousands of years. What's central to all of them? That's the pyramid of value. What question do you need answered about the pyramid of value? What's at the top? Because that's the ideal. That's the eye at the top of the pyramid. The golden Buddha in the lotus. It's the same thing. The same thing as the crucifix. And that has to do with something like the voluntary acceptance and therefore transcendence of suffering.
Yeah.
Transcendence of suffering.
Go.
Transcendence of suffering. Transcendence of suffering. Transcendence of suffering. Transcendence of suffering. The voluntary acceptance and therefore transcendence of suffering. These are not arbitrary ideas. They're deeply rooted in biology and culture. They're as deeply rooted in biology as the dominance hierarchy is rooted in biology. And we already know the answer to that. The dominance hierarchy has been around for 350 million years. It's a long time. You don't get to just brush that off and say, well, morality is some sort of second-order cognitive problem. It's like, no, it's not. You have a counter at the bottom of your brain that keeps track of where you are in terms of your status, and it bloody well regulates the sensitivity of your emotions. So if you're at the bottom of the hierarchy, barely clinging on to the world, everything overwhelms you, and that's because you're damn near dead. And so everything should overwhelm you. You've got no extra resources. You're sunk. And if you're nearer the top, then your serotonin levels go up. You're less sensitive to negative emotion. You're less impulsive. You live longer. Everything works in your favor. Your immune system functions better, and you're oriented at least to some degree towards the medium and long-term future. And you can afford that because all hell isn't breaking loose around you all the time. And so then the question is there a way of being that increases the probability that you're going to move up dominance hierarchies? Well, that doesn't seem to be a particularly provocative proposition. The same thing as the crucifix. And that has to do with something like the voluntary acceptance and therefore transcendence of suffering. 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 The voluntary acceptance and therefore transcendence of suffering.
Yeah. Okay, well, back to...
See, Jung believed that once we had stopped populating the cosmos with gods, that they went inside. Think about it this way. Archaic person looks at the sky, uses his imagination to populate the sky. What's the sky? Well, it's the constellations. It's the domain of the gods. Well, why? Because the gods are what are out there beyond your understanding. Well, that's what you see when you look up at the sky. So you populate the night sky with figures of your imagination. So the gods are the things that you broadcast out of your imagination and see spread over the world. It's like the contents of your unconscious are manifesting themselves when you encounter the unknown. It's exactly what it is. How else could it be? You're projecting your fantasy onto what you don't understand. That's how you start to cope with what you don't understand. You populate the unknown with deity. Where did they come from? They came from your imagination. Well, what happens when you take them out of the world? Do they disappear? No, they just go back into your imagination. That's the same motif as rescuing your dead father from the belly of the whale. Belly of the whale. Belly of the whale. Rescuing your dead father from the belly of the whale. Belly of the whale. Belly of the whale.
Rescuing your dead father from the belly of the whale. Belly of the whale. Belly of the whale. Rescuing your dead father from the belly of the whale. Belly of the whale. Belly of the whale.
It's the same idea. Is that the corpses of the gods inhabit your imagination. So where do you go if you need to revivify them? You go into your imagination.
Get in there. Woo! Happy Valentine's Day, Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Welcome to the show. It's the Meaningwave Live Super Request Show. It's the one show on the internet where you get to go see your favorite artist and dictate the set list via the superpower of the super chat function on YouTube. Incredible. incredible that you could do that. Imagine you probably ring your nan and go, hey, remember the Beatles, yeah? Imagine you could have gone to see the Beatles like every week, and you could literally just like chuck a couple bucks at them and they'd play whatever song you wanted. What? You know, and be like, you speaking crazy talk, get back to your jiggery pokery, whatever you're doing, I ain't listening to you no more. And she'd be right. I mean, it don't make no sense. But you know, here in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone, we do like to stretch the bounds of potential and act all magic and shit. Speaking of magic, Narnia intensifies. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but our whole house is encased in ice. The whole house is just, it's a literal ice box. You know, the whole thing is all ice. Every surface that could possibly drip some shards is dripping some sparkling magical shards. Parts of the garden are now so encased with ice, and the ice is so hard and so thick, you cannot break it. Shit's crazy! Shouts out to Dodecaman, just raided with a party of one over on Twitch. Those Twitch guys are crazy. What's up, Twitch? We are now broadcasting multi on Twitch as well as YouTube every night. Susan messed with us a little bit too much, so we said, okay, we will multicast. So some people say Twitch is kind of like a sort of like a VIP room or something. They basically say that because there's less people there. In the evening, however, in the morning gets nuts. You know, we had over 100 people this morning. At one point, you know, over the entire thing. I guess we had maybe 1,000 or something. I don't know. Shouts out to Twitch, shouts out to YouTube, shouts out to the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone, broadcasting live across space and time by Joe. It's the Super Request Show. Get your super request in via the Super Chat function on YouTube. And let me know how you're doing, baby, how you doing. Joshua Tran says, hard and thick you say. Yes, I did say hard and thick. You want me to say it again? Hard and thick. That's what I said. And I'm going to keep on saying it. You cannot stop me saying hard and thick. Pause. Yo, shouts out to internet celebrity, the artist of data science who just came through. He's trying to request a non-Meaningwave song on the Meaningwave Live Super Request Show, the show where you can request your favorite Meaningwave song, as opposed to the regular Super Request Show, which is on Thursdays, and that's when you can request I Believe in a Thing Called Love. Oh! Quickly drop your Meaningwave request while I'm still looking at this bit of the chat, so I can add it to my track list. Bless up Artist of Data Science. Everyone make sure you're following that Artist of Data Science podcast, Word Around Town. It's the greatest new podcast in the world. Word Around Town, it's an epic podcast. You know, Word Around Town, they had James Altucher on there. Altucher. But only if she says it's cool. Hey! Come on! Read what you love until you love to read. Read what you love. Artists of Data Science. Words it out. You love. Read what you love.
Akira the Don. He's got hope.
What around town? Yeah, and it may be glacial here in Dripping Springs. You know, we may be inside a box of ice. We may be getting warnings from the governance about electricity going off, and it's very interesting that's happening all over the world at the same time, you know. All over the world. They got it across Europe, here, other places. There's warnings of electricity going down. Well, shit, we gonna keep it rocking regardless. And when I say regardless, I mean until the electric goes, and then we will not rock it, because we won't have any electric. Although we do have a generator, and we might be able to hook something up downstairs in the garage or something, but then we don't want to fumigate ourselves. It is a petrol generator. But don't you worry, baby. Whatever happens, whatever happens, baby, we gonna make it. Whatever happens, we're together, and that's okay. And it's all okay, and it's all gonna be okay. This is a song about how I made a thing. Shouts out to the artists of data science. Get after it, baby. Whoa!
Akira.
Whoa!
He's got clout.
Akira the Don is a British musician, DJ, and producer. He's worked in genres as diverse as pop, hip-hop, indie, dance, and more recently, perhaps, something that has come to be known as
What?
Meaningwave.
I cut the speech up with the beat, added some crackling vinyl. The older I get, the more I know just how little I know. Most men are living one bad day away from being a wino. Many sing along, but how many can hit the high notes? But for the grace of God, go idle. Hello, hi, pretty fly for somewhere from such a place as I. You might not walk, but you might fly. But we live to such a time. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Alive. From the peak of recorded human history, hear them shout.
Akira. He's got clout.
I'll spell that shit into existence. Perseverance plus persistence. Don't need motivation, we got meaning. Discipline equals freedom, it's that. Meaningwave. 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 I took the speech, got that shit to the beat. It was sweet and that's how I made Meaningwave. Meaningwave.
A combination of metered spoken word and music chosen for its emotional and conceptual appropriateness from some of my sayings and my talks. Akira has also produced similar works featuring Ellen Watts, Jocko Willink, Terence McKenna, David Foster Wallace, and Elon Musk, among others. So, welcome, Akira. It's nice to talk to you.
It is.
What are you up to?
Meaningwave. I took the speech, got that shit to the beat, it was sweet and that's how I made Meaningwave. Meaningwave. I took the speech, got that shit to the beat, it was sweet and that's how I made Meaningwave. Oh shoot!
I'm engaged in an experiment in ridiculous hyperproductivity and the zone inhabitation. My idea being remaining in the zone of making music so the music flows and becomes better and better and better, and my whole process becomes more efficient and powerful with each thing.
More efficient and powerful with each thing, by Jove. Feels like it works. Happy Valentine's Day, Bianca from Andrew. Woo! Hey, yo, Douglas Holloway. I do not know a song called Beauty is Suffering. Is that just a statement you are making? God bless you.
Don't matter if the road is long. Don't matter if it's steep. Don't matter if the moon is gone and the darkness is complete. Don't matter if we lose our way. It's written that we'll meet. At least that's what I heard you say 1,000 kisses deep. I loved you when you opened like a lily to the heat. You see, I'm just another snowman standing in the rain and sleet, who loved you with his frozen love, his second-hand physique. With all he is and all he was, 1,000 kisses deep. lie to me. I know you had to cheat. You learned it on your father's knee and at your mother's feet. But did you have to fight your way across the burning street when all our vital interests lay 1,000 kisses deep? I'm turning tricks, I'm getting fixed, I'm back on Boogie Street. I'd like to quit the business, but I'm in it, so to speak. The thought of you is peaceful, and the file on you complete. Except what I forgot to do, 1,000 kisses deep. And strong, don't matter if you're weak. Don't matter if you write a song the nightingales repeat. Don't matter if it's 9 to 5 or timeless and unique. You ditch your life to stay alive, 1,000 kisses deep. The ponies run, the girls are young, the odds are there to beat. You win a while and then it's done, your little winning streak. And summon now to deal with your invincible defeat. You live your life as if it's real, 1,000 kisses deep.
Valentine's Day, baby. That's Akira the Don and Leonard Cohen. 1,000 kisses deep. Very rare.
I hear their voices in the wine, who sometimes did me seek. The band is playing Old Lang Syne, but the heart will not retreat. There's no forsaking what you love, no existential leap, as witnessed here in time and blood, 1,000 kisses deep.
Do I feel happy in life? Let's see. Let's say I hope I'm finding happiness. Alright? Well, for me, if I can realize certain things in my work, I come the closest to being happy, and I can say that also about my life. So it only happens, I think, in moments. Sometimes when I'm working, and I'll be able to fulfill a scene truthfully, and then I think I'm the happiest. What I find is very stimulating to keep studying and working. But I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable. I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable. I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable.
Yo, this big request for Osivian. Says every time it blows me away how being happy and finding meaning is on you. Marilyn was the absolute pinnacle of beauty, yet miserable. That's so real.
I don't know. Sometimes. I don't know. I think sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Which is natural, I guess, for everyone. I would like to be more sociable than I am. On some days. Sometimes I chat when I'm not pleased, but sometimes the work itself requires more, that I'm quiet and to myself more. And other days, like doing a musical number, I try not to get too, I like to be more outgoing, because that's what I have to express, and so I try to keep it general. I try to. Even if I feel like it or not, I try to make the effort to make contact with people around me. Yes, because I could easily be alone. It doesn't bother me to be alone. Some people I know, they don't like to be alone. I don't mind it. I need it as a rest, and yeah, it kind of refreshes myself. Yeah. And a rest. I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable. I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable.
Happiness is fleeting. Suffering requires a sustaining meaning. I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable. I'm not just generally happy. If I'm generally anything, I guess I'm generally miserable.
Yes, I think there's two things in human beings that they, as I think there is in myself, that they want to be alone, but they also want to be together. You know? Because I think I have also a gay side to me, also a sad side. And I think that's the way with people also. So there is something in people, they need solitude for a while.
Marilyn Monroe and Akira the Don there. Generally miserable. From the Meaningwave Masterpieces 2 LP. That one was for Osivian. Excellent request, my guy. Man, I love that song, and I haven't listened to it for a long time. I'm glad we've heard it. Thank you, Norman G.
I'm a clinical psychologist, and I spend 20 hours a week for 25 years listening to people tell me about their...
Shouts out to everyone locked in live. What up, Crix503? Appreciate you, baby.
People were people...
Stealing Brisinger. 3 months to Stealing Brisinger. Appreciate you, baby.
People who were so successful you can hardly believe it. Being a clinical psychologist, if you really listen, is like...
We're broadcasting live on YouTube and Twitch.
All the time, you know, because...
It's the Meaningwave Live Super Request Show.
If you listen to them, because they're so peculiar, like they're like penguins or rhinoceroses or ostriches. They're unlikely creatures.
Well, you got to improve, right? And you might think, well, I'm a real fixer-upper, and I'm really embarrassed about that because there's 50 things wrong with me, and like, look at that guy, and so now I feel all terrible because of the comparison and all of that. And First of all, it's unfair, especially by the time you're about 30. Your life has become quite idiosyncratic. Let's say your life has 8 dimensions: family, friends, intimate relationships. You're individually positioned in all those dimensions. Your life isn't like anyone else's life.
Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. What up, Wet XP?
And so you see someone who's doing better than you. It's like you're only seeing one dimension at one slice of time. So it's not reasonable. You don't have the whole picture. And then you get down on yourself and take the spirit out of yourself, and you get bitter and resentful. There's nothing good about that. But you do need to improve. There's not as much of you as there should be. So what's the comparison? Well, that's easy. Just say, okay, well, here's my position in time and space right now. Here's my virtues and fault. I can be a little bit better tomorrow in some minor way. Well, that's the right comparison, because you are very much like you. Everything's the same about you. Everything's the same about you. And so it's the perfect comparison. You just don't have insight into the tragedy of someone else's life. You might think, well, he's rich and successful. It's like, yeah, but you just don't know. You don't know what his relationship is with his wife or his children. You know, you don't know that he's gone through 2 divorces and his daughter won't talk to him and one of his kids is schizophrenic. And the point is, you should be better than you are, but it's not because you're worse than other people. It's because you're not everything you should be. And so you got to pick the comparison right. And then that's also ennobling and instantly hopeful. There is absolutely no doubt that you can be slightly better tomorrow than you are today. There is definitely something that you can do today that will make you slightly better for the next day. Always. Okay, you're 85, you have Alzheimer's, you know, you're done. Sometimes you're done. Most of the time you're not, and most of the time there's something within your grasp that you could put right. See, that's the fundamental issue. It's like life is tragic. It's full of suffering and it's full of malevolence. There's no doubt about that. And it's brutal. It's more brutal than you can even imagine in some ways, or willing to imagine. But there's something you could put right. And we don't know what would happen if you put everything you could right, if you put it right. And then we don't know what would happen if everyone did that. But you can be certain that it would be less tragic and less malevolent. And so, like,
you don't have anything better to do.
Compare yourself to who you were yesterday from the first Akira the Don and Jordan B. Peterson album, which was called 12 Rules for Life. Came out in 2018. Feels like a long time ago, huh? But it was not even the blink of an eye to a god. Thank you, Melinda, for the support. Appreciate you. Yo, this is a special request right here. Special request from a special person for some special people. Yo, this is a song called Tammy. Goes out to the Petersons, who we all love so much. That's a message from Sheila D613. That's a beautiful message right there. Happy Valentine's Day.
I got married. Well, the woman who's my wife, Tammy, who I've known since she was 8 years old, she lived across the street from me in this little town called Fairview, and I was in love with her like the first time I saw her, which is quite the bloody thing. So that's worked out pretty well for me, but she came to live with me about the same time, and, you know, we decided jointly to get our act together, and we swore that we'd tell each other the truth. I think she's actually done better than me. I don't think she's lied to me ever in our entire marriage, which is unbelievable. I don't think she's lied to me ever in our entire marriage, which is unbelievable. Here's one memory. When I was in grade 5, I got glasses, and I was pretty proud of these glasses. They were horn-rimmed glasses, you know, and she came out onto the street. She looked at my glasses. I said, "What do you think of those?" And she says, "I think you look really funny in those." And then she pointed at me and ran into her house. It was like 20 years later that she finally told me that she had always wanted to have glasses and she was jealous about it. I don't think she's lied to me ever in our entire marriage, which is unbelievable. I don't think she's lied to me ever in our entire marriage, which is unbelievable. It's been so useful because I can really tell her things and we can really talk. So I tell you, if you want to have a good relationship, man, you embed it in the truth, because if you don't embed it in the truth, you don't have a relationship. It's just lies. It's a tissue of lies, and it will dissolve into chaos as soon as a crisis comes along. So the truth is a terrible thing, but not compared to falsehood. I don't think she's lied to me ever in our entire marriage, which is unbelievable. I don't think she's lied to me ever in our entire marriage, which is unbelievable. I don't think she's lied to me ever in our entire marriage, which is unbelievable. I don't think she's lied to me ever in our entire marriage, which is unbelievable. I mean, I told my dad when I was in grade 5, I was sitting with her on this big armchair in our living room, and she was sitting beside me on the armchair, which I was pretty damn thrilled about. And she was being chased around by all the boys in the school at that point. She was very hot property, and so I was pretty happy to have her sit by me. And so she left, and I told my dad that I was going to marry her.
Yo, happy Valentine's Day. Everybody logs in live, and that was a special shout out, a special request from Sheila D613. Dedication to the Petersons. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
These stories of mythology are simply trying to express a truth that can't be grasped any other way.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yo, back that up. What was that? Was that the sound of that? Sweet, unreleased, we heard that? Oh my goodness, Sheila D613 says that was beautiful. Thank you. What up, Jules Vaughn says, I'll be listening to Girls Gotta Eat. You better stay alive. It's important that you stay alive. We need you alive. RB Dugan says, happy Valentine's Day, MAZ. Yo, I'm gonna play this song. This is a special request for everyone's favorite killer of fools. Fool killer, of course. And I'm going to play that song, and I'm going to ask you a question, because we need to do the international high five. The international high five that binds us together across space and time. We are across space and time right now. We're broadcasting live from Dripping Springs, Texas. We're hitting that YouTube. We're hitting that Twitch. We're hitting all them billions of podcast feeds. We're also on ThinkSpot right now as well, by the way. I forgot about that. What's up, ThinkSpot? I'm going to ask you this question. You're going to answer me. You say, what's your Valentine's message? Could be for the world, could be for a special someone, could be for your very self. You give me your Valentine's message and I'll read that thing, baby. I'll read that thing. Guess why? Because I love you. I love you so much, I'm going to play you this record and it hasn't even been released.
These stories of mythology are simply trying to express a truth that can't be grasped any other way.
I'll be damned.
It's the edge, the interface between what can be known and what is never to be discovered, because it is a mystery transcendent of all human research. The source of life. What is it? No one knows. It's important to live life with a knowledge of its mystery and of your own mystery. And it gives life a new zest, a new balance, a new harmony to do this. What is it that life is? I find thinking in mythological terms has helped people visibly. It erases anxieties, puts them in accord with the inevitables of their life, and they can see the positive values of what, the negative aspects of what is positive. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent or yes to the serpent. Easy as that. No to the serpent or yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent, yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent, yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. Dragons represent greed, really. The European dragon guards things in his cave, and what he guards are heaps of gold and
virgins.
And he can't make use of either of them, but he just guards. There's no vitality of experience, either of the value of the goal or of the female who he's guarding there. Psychologically, the dragon is one's own binding of oneself to one's ego, and you're captured in your own dragon cage. The power of the psychiatrist is to break that dragon, open him up, so that you can have a larger field of relationships. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent or yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent or yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent, yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent, yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. The real dragon is in you. That's your ego holding you in. What I want, what I believe, what I can do, what I think I love, and all that. What I regard as the aim of my life and so forth. It might be too small. It might be that which pins you down. And if it's simply that of doing what the environment tells you to do, it certainly is pinning you down. And so the environment is your dragon as it reflects within yourself. As it reflects within yourself. As it... It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent or yes to the serpent. As easy as that. No to the serpent or yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. Whether you're going to say no to the serpent, yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent, yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent or yes to the serpent.
It's easy as that. No to the serpent or yes to the serpent.
The adventure of being alive. Whether you're going to say no to the serpent, yes to the serpent.
It's as easy as that.
No to the serpent, yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive.
Whoa! As easy as that. No or yes. As easy as that. No or yes. That's that, baby. That's that big question, baby. That's that big question. That's that song. That yes to the serpent. Akira the Don and Joseph Campbell. For a Fool Killer. Sweet, 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 unreleased. Get your super chat requests in via YouTube. We broadcasting on Twitch too. We have yet to work out a way of taking requests on Twitch. But we will. We'll work out a way of pinning messages in a fashion that's trackable. And that was for Fool Killer. Yes, it was. Thank you, Fool Killer. Big shout out to everybody locked in. Shout out to Melinda. What you doing? How you doing? With all them heart emojis. So beautifully placed. God bless. Michael says, let's walk the Camino. I'm starting in March. WMIV says, love is the answer. In MD. Jules Vaughn also arrays a fantastic selection of heart hieroglyphs. Sheila 357 says, I'm so in love with MAZ and all of the people here. May we continue to grow and be wonderful, beautiful people. Mad love. Hey, that's nice. Happy Valentine's Day. Douglas Holloway Pell in Texas says, love yourself as if you were taking care of someone you love. JBP, that's so real. Hey, Rubik's Spot ES had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday for yesterday. Happy birthday for yesterday, Rubik's Spot ES. And we will play your song in a little bit. What's up, Jules Vaughn? It's easy. God wins. God always do. Andrew, Scarborough, Bianca, I love you. That's nice. Sheila, 613, D, capital of Canada, says, disregard divisive political discussions. Disregard the left and right. We need to unite and spread love now more than ever. Indeed. Indeed. Joshua Tran says, in Seattle, the message is, she's gone, let her go. Kind of like that opening line of a great American novel. John Hannibal Smith, the Mallard Federation wishes love to all non-pond life forms. I don't know how far I trust the Mallard Federation, but thank you, Mallard Federation. Mallard Federation will be plotting. YouTube hero Alex says, happy belated birthday to Rubik's Spot. Yes, that's nice of you. That's nice. Matthew Coates says, love this. Love you. How about that? Or Sibian, Valentine's message. Everybody. Sometimes I find it difficult to read the word everybody without hearing it in the voice of the Backstreet Boys, you know? So let me try that again. Valentine's message. Everybody! I can't do it. It says, vow to love yourself. Vow to love yourself. You are enough and independent to the good or bad opinions of tithe. Thank you. Others. Or Sivian finishes. That was like tithe. I'm trying to work out what that was. Others, indeed. Noel says, don't just spread love to your significant other, but to all those around you. You never know when someone else needs a little love too. Yes! Yes to that. Valentine Kitesh has made a magnificent arrangement of hieroglyphs, and that's just beautiful to witness. R.B. Dugan, remember how fleeting our time is. Love each other the best we can, no matter the burdens we carry. We're all in this together. I do believe that is true. God bless you. George Gale, good morning from Bangkok. Message for the universe is chill. That's a good message. Thank you. Shout out to Bangkok. Two Pistol Crystal says the illusion. Michael says new Shua. New Shua for everybody. I think that's a nice wish. Lovely wish. Ray is in the house. The kin of Ray says thank you. Akira the Don, thank you. And to Twitch hero Alex, and of course the most amazing unspoken hero, Mama Don. Make some noise for Mama Don. Oh! Virginia Beach, Virginia, members time. Happy Valentine's Day to my wonderful GF, Zion. We had a wonderful walk and an amazing long cruise today. Very romantic. Love everyone in the MAZ. Hope you all had a great day. Oh, you cutie, you took her on a cruise? Ah, you absolute beauty. A cruise, a lovely trippy cruise with members time. Shouts out to you and Zion. Very beautiful. Michael says shoes. This time, this is interesting. I wonder where this is leading. Christopher Hernandez says, Akira the Don, thank you. And to you, Hero Alex. And of course, the most. I read that already. Why has that repeated itself? Because it's true. Shouts out to Mama Don. Much love to you. Yo, Michael says, I'll make it 600 kilometers walking. Who do you think you are, the Proclaimers? Shouts out to you and the Proclaimers, of course, who would walk 500 miles and 500 more just to be the one who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door, you know, and they were twins. You know, imagine two twins. Imagine two Scottish twins turning up at your house. And you're like, what's going on? You open the door and you're a nice lady, you know, and you look down and there's two Scottish lads and they've just fallen to the ground, you know. They're very tired because they've walked. And you're like, what's up with you? You look knackered, Scottish twins. And they go, I just walked 500 miles and then I walked 500 more. You know, and then you'd be like, all right, well, you ain't coming in here. And you close the door and you go to bed. And that's what happens. And I don't know what they were thinking. Matthew Coates says, unreleased Joseph Campbell hits different. Yeah, dude. Really do. Really do. It's that distorted snare. Yes. Well, I think that's a lot of beautiful messages. Did we read them all? We probably missed a few. Oh yeah, Jay Holbrook's got one for Natalia Amberbach. That's the name of a secret agent if ever I heard one. Natalia Amberbach. Oh, it says the secret agent who stole my soul and has invited me to a part of her family with 2 boys. I have more meaning than ever in my life. There's a lot to unpack in that sentence, and maybe that needs a whole podcast. but I think it's good, and congratulations. Douglas says, when are you going to release yours and Jordan Peterson's talk? I'm waiting for them to send it over. So I'll let you know when I know. Shouldn't be long. Spicy Shoe Guy says, treat everyone as another version of you. We are all people, no different human. Quite right too. Quite right too. And with that, Kennedy Simonetti says, Akira, you have the best fans. Like Chris Hernandez, who even shouts out your unseen team, Mamadon and Twitch hero Alex. Exactly. Very lovely people here. Clutch Engaged says, happy Valentine's Day to my 8 months pregnant wife. Happy Valentine's Day to that 8 month pregnant wife. That's a beautiful thing. I can never remember. I mean, I've been here. Is 8 months to go, or been doing it for 8 months? I can never remember. And they're quite different. You know, quite different. Anyway. Oh! We made it. 3, 2, 1. Hi.
What would be culture that we would say to be necessary or most inclined to foster in the individual that blowing of the flame?
I think the most accessible form for most people is music. And music, to me, is the most representational form of art, because I think that the world is made out of patterns.
Akira.
And we perceive some patterns as objects, but fundamentally it's patterns. And what you want is all the patterns of the world to interact harmoniously in something where every element is related intelligibly to every other element. And I think that when your life is in harmony, then you can feel that. When you're dancing to beautiful music, you're acting that out. The music is the music of the spheres, and you're participating in the patterning of your being in accordance with that structure, and that gives you an intimation of transcendence. Music is everything.
Music is everything. Music is everything. Music is everything.
It's not criticizable. That's the thing that's so lovely about it, is even as our society has become more cynical and more self-destructive and more deconstructionist, the power of music has in fact grown. Because it speaks to that eternal harmony. And the reality of that eternal harmony in a way that mere intellect cannot deny. And I mean, I was always amused. I went to this show, the Ramones, a punk band from New York. It was the loudest concert I'd ever heard by a good factor of 10. My ears rang for like 3 days afterwards. There were all these like nihilistic punk rockers all crammed into this theater, and below me there was a mosh pit. It was like ants on a frying pan. And they were just smashing into each other and throwing people around up above them, and it was quite rough. And they were all having this beautifully transcendent musical experience which belied all of their nihilism. And they absolutely thrived on it. It was like, and even the lyrics were harsh and nihilistic, but it didn't matter because the music in its rough form was something that united them in the sense of this like patterned beauty and brought them together. And so exposure to music, people die without music. It's like, music is everything.
Music is everything.
Music is
everything. Music is everything. Music is everything. Music is everything. everything. Music is everything. Music is everything. Music is everything. What up, Jay Holbrook? You said, in honor of the awesome Meaningwave partnership supporting each other, please play Music is Everything. It's one of my future wife's faves. Future wife got taste! That's definitely wifey material. If Music is Everything is one of her faves. Put a ringer! The Love Spoon. The Meaning Spoon, special Welsh love spoon made by my mother-in-law. Not long for this world. It would seem I really should get a drumstick, you know, an actual drumstick for hitting my cowbell. You know, my mixer is covered in little pieces of wooden spoon again. It's just so satisfying. I do believe this one's for Keith Crafting. And I do believe it's a gift from Jules Vaughn. Hey, concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice. And I'm freeing yourself from all other distractions. Yes, you can, if you do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life. Stop being aimless. Stop letting your emotions override what your mind knows. Stop being hypocritical, self-centered, irritable. You see how few things you have to do to live a satisfying and reverent life? If you can manage this, well, that's all even the gods can ask of you. Yeah, keep on degrading yourself. So, soon your chance at dignity, it will be gone. Everybody gets one life. Yours is almost all used up. Now, but instead of treating yourself with respect, you have entrusted your own happiness unto the souls of others. Unto the souls of others. Do external things distract you? Then make time to learn something worthwhile. Stop letting yourself be pulled in all directions, but make sure you guard against the other kind of confusion. People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and impulse towards and wasting all their time. Even when hard at work. Even when hard at work. Ignoring what goes on in other people's souls. No one ever came to grief that way. But if you won't keep track of what your own soul's doing, how can you not be unhappy? Don't ever forget yourself, the nature of the world, my nature, how I relate unto the world, what proportion of it I'll make up, well you are part of nature, and no one can prevent you from speaking and acting in harmony with it. Always. Yeah, keep on degrading yourself, so soon your chance at dignity, it will be gone. Everybody gets one life. Yours is almost all used up now. And instead of treating yourself with respect, you have entrusted your own happiness unto the souls of others. Unto the souls of others. What up? Special request for Keith Crafting. From Jewel, only paid in Jewel. What up? Shouts out to Jules and Peyton, holding it down. Yeah. Yeah! Yo, shouts out to Artists and Data Science. Appreciate the support, baby. What up, Try Hard DLR? What's up? What's up, Crix503? Appreciate you, baby. Yeah! I do believe this next one might be a birthday song. I think it's a birthday song. Let me check if my memory serves me correctly. Yeah, it is. It's a birthday song for our friend Rubik Spot ES. Happy birthday, Rubik Spot ES. Hope you found that feeling you were searching for.
You've become like this big ass speaker. What do people come up to you and ask you the most?
How do I do it? How am I able to do what I do on a daily basis? You know, how do I fight the demons? Because they hear me speak and I'm very raw and real. How do you fight my insecurities? All these things. They're there every day. They're every day. I'm in the search for a feeling. I'm not in the search for a trophy. I'm not in the search for love. I'm not in the search for more followers on social media. When I started this journey years ago, I realized that I'm going to be somebody, and I'm searching for a feeling. I'm searching for a feeling. Searching for a feeling. I'm searching for a feeling. For a feeling. A feeling of true victory for myself. And only myself. The second I shut out the whole world and realized that one thing, that I am in this world alone. I'm fighting this race by myself. Yeah, I'm all about people, I'm all about team, I'm all about that shit. But I'm really all about right now, and in my life, no one knows the real truth about me, how hard I really go. I don't care if anybody knows. I don't want anybody to know. I'm an introvert. I live an introverted life. And I love that about me. That right there is my fuel. I know that there's really no one out there grinding like me. If they are, so be it. If I know about you, I'll make sure that I up my game. I'm searching for a feeling. Searching for a feeling. I'm searching for a feeling. For a feeling. That's what the mentality is all about. My whole thing is a mentality thing. I view myself as the weakest person on the planet Earth. My goal in life was to, in my mind, believe I'm the hardest man alive. Can't hurt me? That's what it's about. It's about whatever you think you are, you have to make that dream a reality. That's where the hard part is. How do you keep grinding every day? You have to make those insecurities, those fears. Like when I was 300 pounds, I didn't have any drive. I'm gonna go be a Navy SEAL. What kind of stupid shit is that, 300 pounds? It wasn't like a drive to go be a Navy SEAL. I was an insecure, lying kid, afraid. I had to look at my insecurities and in my fear and find drive in that. We're all looking for passion. Passion's all around you. You have a whole fucking stack of it all around you. Insecurities, all that shit. You gotta dive deep in that shit. It's all in there. All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. It's all there. You got a lot of stuff to do to overcome. And that's where I found it. I found it right there in my own insecurities. I found drive in my own insecurities. That's the most powerful thing in the world. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable. I'm searching for a feeling. Searching for a feeling.
Searching for a feeling.
I'm searching for a feeling.
Yeah.
Searching for a feeling.
Meaningwave Autonomous Zone, make some noise! Make some noise! I'm throwing that chat up on the screen. Let's see that Meaningwave Autonomous Zone united. We live on Twitch, we live on YouTube, we also live on ThinkSpot. I don't think they got a chat function. Yeah! Happy birthday, Rubik's Bot ES. Glad you're here, baby. Glad you made it another year. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, David Goggins. I wonder what romantic things David Goggins got up to for Valentine's Day. It's got up for Valentine's Day. You got some guesses. I need some guesses in the chat. I want to hear what people think. What romantic things David Goggins got up to today? What romantic things did David Goggins do? Who knows? Who knows? Jay Halbrook says, is the hoodie you're wearing available in the shop? No, actually, this is a test hoodie. So this is a test hoodie. This is testing a different kind of hoodie that we're going to start making available quite soon. Currently, we have one kind of hoodie, which is a kind of a light cotton blend hoodie. It's very lovely. This one here is much heavier and sort of shiny. It prints way brighter, but it's not cotton. It's some kind of, I can't remember. But it's very, very heavy. This is actually really good for going outside in the cold. So we're going to start making these available as well. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting because that opens up a whole new world of design possibilities. So hold tight for some new drops at meaningwave.com this week, actually. Chris says Goggins did a romantic 20-mile run while his wife drove along with him. Like, drove along next to him, filming him while he shouted. Yes! Exactly, about the merriment of Christmas and whatnot. Finnegan McBride says, song? That was Akira the Don and David Goggins, Searching for a Feeling. We played it for Rubik's Bot ES's birthday. How about that? How about that? Yeah! Word XP says David Goggins still ran, but ran with his wife on his back. That ain't love. That ain't love, baby. All right. What's up, Kim? This one's for Kim. This is a modern classic. It's also rather terrifying. If you got children, hold them tightly. Tell them it's going to be okay, because it is.
This is from Friedrich Nietzsche. Now, of course, you probably know that he was the philosopher who announced the death of God. What he meant by that was that the fundamental metaphysics that underlie Western culture had lost their foundation. And that the consequence of that would be the disintegration of the idea of value itself. Especially of value hierarchies. of that, or one of the inevitable consequences of that, a dramatic move towards a doctrine of radical equality. See, because if value itself is destroyed, the value distinction between things, so that not one thing is not any better than another, then there's no reason for hierarchies of virtue or of value. And so the equality doctrine is a logical outcome. So here's what he wrote about that.
Behold, this is the hole of the tarantula. Do you want to see the tarantula itself? Here hangs its web. Touch it so that it trembles. There it comes willingly. Welcome, tarantula. Your triangle and symbol sits black on your back. And I also know what sits in your soul. Revenge sits in your soul. Wherever you bite, black scabs grow. Your poison makes the soul whirl with revenge. Thus I speak to you in a parable. You who make souls whirl. You preachers of equality. To me you are tarantulas and secretly vengeful. But I shall bring your secrets to light. Therefore I laugh in your faces. It's my laughter of the heights. Therefore I tear at your webs, that your rage may lure you out of your lie holes, and your revenge may leap out from behind your word. Justice. For that man be delivered from revenge. That is for me the bridge to the highest hope. The tarantulas, of course, would have it otherwise. What justice means to us is precisely that the world be filled with the storms of our revenge. Thus they speak to each other. We shall wreak vengeance and abuse on all whose equals we are not. Thus do the tarantula hearts vow. And will to equality shall henceforth be the name for virtue. And against all that has power, we want to raise our clamor. You preachers of equality. The tyrannomania of impotence clamors thus out of you for equality. Your most secret ambitions to be tyrants thus shroud themselves in words of virtue. Aggrieved conceit, repressed envy, perhaps the conceit and envy of your fathers, erupt from you as a flame and as the frenzy of revenge. What was silent in the Father speaks in the Son. And I often found the Son the unveiled secret of the Father. They are like enthusiasts, but it is not the heart that fires them, but revenge. And when they become elegant and cold, it is not the spirit, but envy that makes them elegant and cold. Their jealousy leads them even on the paths of thinkers, and this is the sign of their jealousy. They always go too far, till their weariness must in the end lie down to sleep in the snow. Tarantulas. 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 Out of every one of their complaints sounds revenge. In their praise there is always a sting, and to be a judge seems bliss to them. But thus I counsel you, my friends, mistrust all in whom the impulse to punish is powerful. They are people of a low sort and stock, the hangman and the bloodhound. The hangman and the bloodhound. The hangman and the bloodhound. The hangman and the
bloodhound.
Look out of their faces. Mistrust all who talk much of their justice. Verily, Their souls lack more than honey. And when they call themselves the good and the just, do not forget that they would be Pharisees, if only they had power. My friends, I do not want to be mixed up and confused with others. Some preach my doctrine of life and are at the same time preachers of equality. And tarantulas, although they are sitting in their holes, these poisonous spiders, with their backs turned on life, they speak in favor of life, but only because they wish to hurt. Those who now have power, for among those, the preaching of death is still most at home. If it were otherwise, the tarantulas would teach otherwise. They themselves were once the foremost slanderers of the world. And
burners. And heretics. Oh!
I do not wish to be mixed up and confused with these preachers of equality.
Yo, big request there for Kim Villasenor. That was Tarantulas, Akira the Don, and Jordan B. Peterson. And there, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson was reading from Thus Spoke Zarathustra, a book for all and none. And that was written in 1883. 1883. Those words were written in 1883. What year is this? I feel like it's a few years after that. I feel for someone to be able to have such incredible foresight really is quite the bloody thing. Shouts out to Frederick Nietzsche. What a guy. Oh shit. Yo!
It's me that's wrong.
What?
It's me that's wrong. I would like to improve. I would like to improve. It's me that's wrong. It's me that's wrong. I would like to improve. I would like to improve. And if only I could be the right person. Is this man going to tell me something that will help me to change myself so that I will be a more creative and cooperative member of the human race?
What's up, Shecky?
I would like to improve. It's me that's wrong. It's me that's wrong. I would like to improve. I would like to improve. It's me that's wrong. It's me that's wrong. I would like to improve. I would like to improve. So in so many people's minds and from so many different angles, there is this urgent feeling that I must improve me. And this is critically important. Because it's obvious, at least it's superficially obvious, that the way things are, we are going to hell fast. Now in this question, can I improve me? There is the obvious difficulty that if I am in need of improvement, the person who's going to do the improving is the one who needs to be improved.
Aye.
And there
You don't know what's
we
that.
have a vicious circle.
You know that what's that?
It's me that's wrong. It's me that's wrong. I would like to improve. I would like to improve. It's me that's wrong. It's me that's wrong. I would like to improve. I would like to improve.
Akira the Don and Alan Watts. It's me that's wrong. From What's Wave Has to Be a Better Person, the album. And now on all platforms. Shouts out to Damien Cook on the saxophone. Yo! My boy killed that thing. Special request from Mike Betters there. Shouts out to Mike Betters and the whole Betters clan. Yo. Are you mad? I forgot how much raw sax action is on this album. Like, woo! My goodness, what a way to begin a record. That's just crazy hard. All right. Now that we know what's going to happen, we can be a bit more prepared for when it happens again, because it's going to happen right now. This is a special request for Savage Chill. Says, took me some diving into the Watts Waves to remember the song I wanted to request. Either you love someone or you don't. Much gratitude to you and yours for all the epic activities. Hey, thank you, Savage Chill. And if that ain't a righteous Valentine's Day request, I don't know what is. Steal thyself.
So, what instead, therefore, if we see that you can't outwit yourself, you can't be unself-conscious on purpose, you can't be designedly spontaneous, and you cannot be genuinely loving by intending to love. By intending to love.
Intending to love.
Either you love someone or you don't.
Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't.
If you pretend to love a person, you deceive them and build up reasons for resentment. You say, well, I ought to be honest. That's the beginning. So many lies you can't imagine. So many lies you can't imagine.
Either you love love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't.
Like when I hear a lot said about love, a big love thing on the way. Everybody's got to love everybody. Everybody sings songs about love. Do you know what I do? I buy a gun and bar my door because I know there's a storm of hypocrisy brewing. I buy a gun and bar my door because I know there's a storm of hypocrisy brewing.
Either you love someone or you don't. 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 What a banger! Yo! Yo! Make some noise for yourself. Make some noise for Savage Chill. Make some noise for Alan Watts. And make some noise for Graham Hancock.
And this whole transformation was made possible by this encounter with death that Mother Ayahuasca gave me. That leads me to ask, what is death? Our materialist science reduces everything to matter. Materialist science in the West says that we are just meat, we're just our bodies. So when the brain is dead, that's the end of consciousness. There is no life after death. There is no soul. We just rot and are gone. But actually, any honest scientist should admit that consciousness is the greatest mystery of science, that we don't know exactly how it works. The brain's involved in it in some way, but we're not sure how. Could be that the brain generates consciousness the way a generator makes electricity. If you hold to that paradigm, then of course you can't believe in life after death. When the generator's broken, consciousness is gone. But it's equally possible that the relationship is more like the relationship of the TV signal to the TV set. In that case, when the TV set is broken, of course the TV signal continues. And this is the paradigm of all spiritual traditions.
We are immortal souls, temporarily incarnated in these physical forms, to learn and to grow. We are immortal souls, temporarily incarnated in these physical forms, to learn and to grow
and to develop.
Whoa!
Really, if we want to know about this mystery, the last people we should ask are materialist, reductionist scientists. They have nothing to say on the matter at all. Let's go rather to the ancient Egyptians who put their best minds to work for 3,000 years on the problem of death and on the problem of how we should live our lives to prepare for what we will confront after death. And the ancient Egyptians expressed their ideas in transcendent art, which still touches us emotionally today, and they came to certain very specific conclusions. That the soul does survive death, and that we will be held accountable for every thought, every action, every deed we have lived through in our lives. So we better take this precious opportunity to be born in a human body seriously and make the most of it.
What? We are immortal souls, temporarily incarnated in these physical forms,
to learn and to grow. We are immortal souls, temporarily incarnated in these physical forms, to learn and to grow. We are immortal souls, temporarily incarnated in these physical forms, to learn and to grow. We are immortal souls, temporarily incarnated in these physical forms, to learn and to grow. Akira the Don and Graham Hancock from the forthcoming album, The War on Consciousness. That's called We Are Immortal Souls. It is out now on all streaming platforms. You can pre-order the album on Bandcamp today. The link is in the description of this broadcast. And since you're so beautiful and since it's Valentine's Day, I'm going to play you another song from that album right now. Whoa!
Look what's happening in the Amazon, the lungs of our planet, this precious home of biodiversity. The old growth rainforest being cut down and replaced with soybean farms so we can feed cattle, so that we can all eat hamburgers. Only a truly insane global state of consciousness could allow such an abomination to occur. I did a back of an envelope calculation during the Iraq War. It seems to me that 6 months' expenditure on the Iraq War would have solved the problem of the Amazon forever, sufficient to compensate the peoples of the Amazon so that no single tree ever needed to be cut down again, to garden and look after that amazing resource. We can't make that decision as a global community. We can spend countless billions on warfare, on hatred, on fear, on suspicion, on division, but we can't get together the collective effort to save the lungs of our planet.
Yo!
The message of ayahuasca is about the sacred, magical, enchanted, infinitely precious nature of life on Earth. 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 The message of ayahuasca, the universal message, is about the sacred, magical, enchanted, infinitely precious nature of life on Earth.
Hey!
Nature of life on Earth.
Hey!
Nature of life on Earth.
Hey!
Nature of life on Earth.
Come on!
And this is perhaps why shamans from the Amazon are now mounting a kind of reverse missionary activity. When I've asked shamans about the sickness of the West, they say it's quite simple. You guys have severed your connection with spirit. Unless you reconnect with spirit and do so soon, you're going to bring the whole house of cards down around your heads and ours. And rightly or wrongly, they believe that ayahuasca is the remedy for that sickness. And many now are being called to the Amazon to drink ayahuasca. And ayahuasca shamans are traveling throughout the West, offering the brew, often under the radar, often at personal risk, to bring about consciousness change. And it's true that the message of ayahuasca is about the sacred, magical, enchanted, infinitely precious nature of life on Earth. 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 The message of ayahuasca, the universal message, is about the sacred, magical, enchanted, infinitely precious nature of life on Earth. Nature of life on Earth. Nature of life on Earth.
What?
Nature of life on Earth.
What?
Of material and spiritual realm, then it's impossible to work with ayahuasca for long without being deeply and profoundly affected by this message
brand new. From Akira the Don and Graham Hancock, that's on the forthcoming album, The War on Consciousness. Dropping in like a week and a half, something like that. You can pre-order it now at Bandcamp. And the new single which we played prior to that is on Spotify and all streaming platforms right now. Make some noise! We've got time for one more. Shouts out to Max Martin, who requested Mick Jenkins, amazingly, but it's Meaningwave Super Request Show. It's Meaningwave Super Request, it's only Meaningwave, so thank you for the support and come back on Thursday when it's the Anything Goes Request Show, everybody's favorite. How would you describe it? It's kind of like utter chaos. Well, it could be utter chaos were it not for the fact that we hold it together because we're so epic, you know? It's like the edge of utter chaos, you know? It's just like right out there on the edge. It's always a wonderful experience. It's always a wonderful show. Speaking of wonderful experiences and wonderful shows, I had a wonderful time tonight. Thank you all for being here. We got one more request that we have not yet played from Douglas Holloway. Requested this quite close to the beginning. This is not a song you play at the beginning, although I did play the instrumental at the beginning. And now I'm going to play the vocal. The circle is complete. What?
I read a lot about terrible things that people have done to each other. You just cannot even imagine it. So awful. So you don't want to be someone like that. Now, do you have a reason to be? Yes, you have lots of reasons to be. God, there's reasons to be resentful about your existence. Everyone you know is gonna die. You too. And there's gonna be a fair bit of pain along the way. And lots of it's gonna be unfair. It's like, yeah. No wonder you're resentful. It's like, act it out. See what happens. You make everything you're complaining about infinitely worse. There's this idea that hell is a bottomless pit. And that's because no matter how bad it is, some stupid son of a bitch like you could figure out a way to make it a lot worse. That's what life is like. It's suffering. That's what the religious people have always said. Life is suffering.
Life is suffering.
Yes.
What you gonna do about it?
Life is suffering.
Life is suffering.
Yes.
What you gonna do about it?
What do you do in the face of that suffering? Try to reduce it. Start with yourself.
What good are you?
Get yourself together for Christ's sake so that when your father dies, you're not whining away in the corner and you can help plan the funeral and you can stand up solidly so that people can rely on you. That's better. Don't be a damn victim. Of course you're a victim. Jesus. Obviously. Put yourself together. You know how to do that. You know what's wrong with you, if you'll admit it. You know there's a few things you could, like, polish up a little bit, that you might even be able to manage in your insufficient present condition. Or you might shine yourself up a little bit, and then your eyes will be a little more open, then you can shine yourself up a little bit more, and then maybe you could bring your family together instead of having to be the hateful, fightful, neurotic, infighting batch that you're doomed to spend Christmas with. Life is suffering.
Life is suffering.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
Life is suffering.
Life is suffering.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
So then you fix yourself up a little bit, kind of humbly, because, oh God, you're a fixer-upper if there ever was one. And then you got to figure out how to make peace with your idiot brother, and probably not, because he's just as dumb as you, so how the hell are you going to manage that? So then maybe you get somewhere that way and your family sort of functioning, and you find out that kind of relieves a little bit of suffering, although it reduced the opportunities for spiteful revenge, and that's kind of a pain in the neck. And so then you get your family together a little bit, and you're a little clued in then, at least a bit, because you've done something difficult that's actually difficult. You're a little wiser, and so then maybe you could put a tentative finger out beyond the family and try to change some little thing without wrecking it. Our society is complex, and we teach our students that they could just fix it. It's like, go fix a military helicopter and see how far you get with that. You're like a chimp with a wrench. What? Oh, look, it's better. It's like, no, it's not better. Things are complicated, and to fix things is really hard. And you have to be like a golden tool to fix things. And you're not. And that's the other message of the West. How do you overcome the suffering of life? Be a better person. Life is suffering. Yeah. What you gonna do about it? Life is suffering. Life is suffering. Yeah. What you gonna do about it? Life is suffering. Yeah. What you gonna do about it? Life is suffering. Yeah. What you gonna do about it? Hey! That's how you do it. Well, that's hard. It takes responsibility. And I think, if you said to someone, you want to have a meaningful life? Everything you do matters. That's the definition of a meaningful life. But everything you do matters. You're going to have to carry that with you. Or do you want to just forget about the whole meaning thing, and then you don't have any responsibility, because who the hell cares? And you can wander through life doing whatever you want, gratifying impulsive desires for how useful that's going to be, and you're stuck in meaninglessness, but you don't have any responsibility. Which one do you want? Well, ask yourself, which one are you pursuing? And you'll find very rapidly that it isn't the majority of your soul that's pursuing the whole meaning thing, because, well, look what you have to do that. You have to take on the fact that life is suffering. You have to put yourself together in the face of that. Whoa! So that's hard. Christ, it's amazing people can even do it. I'm stunned every day when I go outside, and it isn't a riot with everything burning.
What you gonna do about it? Life is suffering. What you gonna do about it?
I knew this guy. He'd been in a motorcycle accident, and it really ruined him. And he was like a linesman, working on the power.
What's up, Sonny Buster?
He was working with someone who had Parkinson's disease.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Complementary inadequacies. And so 2 of them could do the job of one person. So they're out there fixing power lines in the freezing cold, despite the fact that one was 3/4 wrecked with a motorcycle accident. The other one had Parkinson's. It's like, that's how our civilization works. There's all these ruined people out there. They've got problems like you can't believe. Off they go to work. Can do things they don't even like. And look, the lights are on. My God, it's unbelievable. It's a miracle. Look, the lights are on. It's a miracle.
unbelievable. It's a miracle. Look, the lights are on. It's a miracle. It's unbelievable. And we're so ungrateful. College students, postmodern times, they're so ungrateful. They don't know that they're surrounded by just a bloody miracle. A miracle that all this stuff works. That all you crazy chimpanzees that don't know each other can sit in the same room for 2 hours sweltering away without tearing each other apart. Because that's what chimps do.
Without tearing each other apart. Because that's what chimps do.
Without tearing each other apart. Because that's what chimps do. It's a miracle.
Look, the lights are on. It's a miracle. It's unbelievable. It's a miracle. Look, the lights are on. It's a miracle. It's unbelievable.
It's a miracle.
Look, the lights are on. It's a miracle. It's unbelievable. It's a miracle. Look, the lights are on. It's a miracle. It's unbelievable. Right on you.
Anyways, so what happened? Well, I made some videos and I got to the bottom of some things, at least as far as I can tell. So I told you what the bottom is. And I got this idea about what you might do about it, which isn't my idea. It's not my idea. It's an old idea. It's far older than Christianity. It's the oldest story of mankind. It's old. Get yourself together. Transcend your suffering. See if you can be some kind of hero.
Get yourself together. Transcend your suffering. See if you can be some kind of hero. Get yourself together. Transcend your suffering. See if you can be some kind of hero. Whoa!
Make the suffering in the world less.
Get after it! Aye!
Well, that's the way forward, as far as I can tell. If there is any way forward. And that's what it looks like to me. So, that's it.
Whoa! Meaningwave autonomous. Zo! Make some noise. All them wave emojis right now. Flood the chat. Flood that chat. Yo! This is Akira the Don. We're broadcasting live in Dripping Springs, Texas on YouTube and Twitch. And ThinkSpot. Shouts out to ThinkSpot. You ain't got a chat room. But you there, baby, and you important. Shouts out to everyone listening on the podcast feed. Yo! How is the future? I'm so glad that you are there in the future listening to this. That's amazing. That's amazing. Shout out to everyone who listens to this just before they go to sleep. I know there's a lot of people who do. You write to me and you send me letters saying, I love listening to the Meaning stream just before I go to sleep. And I think to myself, my goodness, how do you get to sleep with Akira the Don bellowing down your ear? And for those people, I say, God bless you. I say, to all of you, I say thank you for being here. Big shout out to everyone who requested songs tonight. Jules Vaughn, Jay Holbrook, Fool Killer, the artist of data science, Andrew, Komaromi, Word, XP, Sheila, D613, Douglas Holloway, Jay Holbrook, Orsivian, Melinda, Rubik's Spot ES, the artist of data science, Kim Villasenor, Mike Betters, Savage Chill, Max Martin. And a big shout out to Miranda Alec who leaves us with this lovely message here. He says, I don't know 99% of you, but I want to tell you I love you. God loves you. We're here for each other. A man by himself is one man away from enlightenment. It's not his fault. You're getting in your own way. You just finished on it. It's true though. It's true though. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing because it means that guess who can fix things? You can. Guess who's in control? You are. Guess who loves you? We do. So thank you all for being here. And it's Sunday, so I'm going to say a little prayer, just a little one. I say, Our Father, way Father out there in that eternal ocean, thank you for everything you've given us. Thank you for my house, all frozen in ice. Thank you for the heat that is within it. Thank you for having me be born at this incredible point in human civilization when it could be freezing at levels that is not frozen in 70 years here in Texas, and yet I'm inside warm, and I'm not only warm, I'm broadcasting to all these beautiful people all over the world, and they too are warm, or at least warm enough to be able to listen to this broadcast, and if that ain't beautiful, I don't know what is. You know, so I'm just going to express some gratitude tonight, and I pray that everyone out there, you know, gets what they need at this time, and is you know, got enough food, and you know, access to all the things they need access to. You know, I know it's crazy out there. I know some of the roads are shutting down and shit of that nature, baby. And you know, I pray everyone has what they need. I pray that everyone, you know, has the fortitude to do what they need to do at this moment. And maybe what they need to do at this moment is go to bed, you know. But either way, I just want to say thank you. And I want to say to everyone out there, God bless you. We love you. We are glad you are here. We are honored you are here. And we enjoy every moment we get to spend together here in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone by Jove. We gonna be back tomorrow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, and what are we going to be playing tomorrow morning? I don't know, but the wheel knows, and the wheel knows, and the wheel knows, and the wheel knows, and Shark Hero Alex is going to spin that wheel, and then we're going to know where we're going, and that'll be great. There it goes, there goes the wheel. Hey there, wheel, where are you going? Nobody knows except you. Funk! Oh! It's a funk Monday, baby. Funk on a Monday morning on Twitch, 7 a.m. CT. I'll see you there. That's going to be epic. Yes, what a great way to start the week. We going to need that, baby. Unprecedented chill here in Dripping Springs tonight, and we going to need that funk in the morning. Oh! Thank you all for being here. We're getting out of here now. If you're on Twitch, I do believe there'll be some raiding going on, because that's what goes on Twitch. Shout out to everyone over on Twitch. Big up Sonic Buster coming through with the epic 4-people raid like a G. Like a G. Shout out to everyone who raids us on Twitch. Shout out to everyone who smashes the like on YouTube. And all the other things that everybody does to let the world know the truth of the matter. And if you want to support the wave, that's the best thing you can do, is you can let somebody know today. Meaningwave exists. It does, baby. You can also go to meaningwave.com and buy epic merch. I would definitely advise that. We got posters now because you asked for it. You asked for it, now we got posters. Get on over to meaningwave.com today. And in the meanwhile, if you would like to go raiding, head on over to Twitch right now. Twitch.com/Akira the Don. The crew is over there. They're going to go jump in another club. You know, if you want to go to another club with the Twitch gang, get over there. Get over there and get after it. And all that remains for us to do right now is a buy 5. 3, 2, 1. Happy Valentine's Day, you beautiful babies.